So right here, as you can see, it's got a mounting plate on the side. You can mount this at your bedside, beside a dresser, alongside a bed, in a knee hole for your cubicle, around your desk, wherever it may be. There's a lot of different options here. Opening it, you have a couple different options as well. You've got a keypad up here, 4 keys. I'm gonna go ahead and put it in and you'll see how it pops open. So it's got a nice spring in the back here so that whenever you put that key pad in, it basically just releases the lever that's holding it in place and that spring pushes it out. Works pretty well. This is just a BB gun, FYI. This is the identical size as a Glock 19. As you can see, if you put it up in the front here, it holds itself in place really nice. If you've got a red dot sight on your firearm, there's room for that here. If you happen to have a tactical light on the front end here, there is a larger slot on the other side. So if you have a light on your firearm, there is space for that up here. It might tilt it a little bit forward if you've got a red dot on it as well, but there is space. Again, this is a Glock 19, so it's a fairly large subcompact carry size pistol. Glock 17 would fit in here just fine also, but it's the appropriate size for your standard carry gun. Going over the key features, no pun intended, you get a couple keys with the safe. There's a key slot on the bottom here. If you go ahead, insert the key, give it a twist, and the safe will pop open and release. So you don't have to have, I mean, if the batteries die or you forget your code or something like that, if you still have the key, you can still get in. There is a battery compartment on the back, takes 4 AAA batteries. Nice thing I like about this is it's accessible on the back, so if you do accidentally let the safe go dead, you can still just pop the batteries right back in and you'll still be able to open it. Now to program it, it's really easy. You'll see the keypad up top here. You got to reach your hand in here, and on the underside, directly under the 3 button, there's a little push button there. You want to push that in and hold it for about 5 seconds. You'll hear a beep, and I can reprogram my code now. I'll do 1, 2, 3, 4 again. Hit the button again. You hear 2 beeps, and then you're reprogrammed. Programming your fingerprints is also really easy. Same process. You'll hold down that button for about 5 seconds. You hear the beep. It's going to scan your finger 3 times. 1, move it a little bit. It's nice to move it as you go so that it gets kind of a more full picture of your fingerprint. This will store up to 20 fingerprints. So obviously you've got 10 fingers. I'd recommend scanning each finger twice. That imprints a total of 6 scans per finger. That ensures that you're really likely to get into the safe the first time, every time. If you don't position your finger perfectly, there is a chance, I shouldn't say if you don't position your finger perfectly, if you really get it off to the side, it won't open. So I'm all the way on the side here. It's not gonna scan that. So you want it to be decently close, but as a general rule, just put it flat and it's gonna open. I've already scanned in all my fingers on my right hand, and as you can see here, it's all working just fine. So I do like, it pops open nicely. It's got a nice spring action in there so that, you know, if you need it, you're just gonna use your finger and it's just gonna pop right open. The other thing is the sound is very low. Whenever it pops open, it's not loud. So you're not gonna, yeah, I mean, you don't want, if you're pulling out a weapon in the middle of the night, you don't want to be making a bunch of noise. So it is very quiet. You can turn the noise off for the keypad if you want to do that. It is kind of nice having that noise on just for programming purposes. But if you're just using your fingerprint, that's not a big deal. It pops right open and it doesn't make any beeping noise with the fingerprint. Now I'll show you how this mounting plate works. It's a really simple design. It's got screw holes up top so you can screw into something up above or on the side as well. Now the way that this works, you've got a drawer slide basically on the side and on the bottom here. So you just push that over and that's going to allow me to pull out the drawer. Now I do want to say you want to do this somewhat carefully. There is a spring rod, which I'll show you here in a second, behind this. I don't know if you can see it, but that's the spring that pushes the whole thing out, and you have to disconnect that to gain access. It's not too big of a deal. Now there's also a little set screw in here, this right here. All I've got to do is unscrew that, and it's easy to do, and now my plate can be removed. So your plate will pop off now. To mount this, you'll screw the plate to the side of whatever you want to mount this to, and then you'll simply slide the box back on, and you'll take your set screw again and go back inside and screw it threaded in again. If you're looking for something that's going to keep your firearm perfectly secure, it's going to be locked down and screwed. The safe is going to be fastened to the side of something. It's going to take a fingerprint or the key code combination to get in. This is just a great product. It's going to allow you quick access to a weapon in the event that you need it, and keep it secure at the same time. So great safe. I'd recommend it if this is something that you're interested in.